There is a ghost in the machine of your love life, a repeating pattern, a familiar ache, a story that plays out on a loop no matter who the co-star is. You feel that magnetic pull toward someone new, the electric thrill of possibility, and for a moment, the world feels remade. You tell yourself, this is the one. This time it's different. But then, like a tide turning, the old dynamics begin to surface. The same silent wars, the same gnawing insecurities, the same invisible wall that rises between you. It's a disorienting, maddening feeling, as if you're caught in a dream you can't wake from or break. This isn't random. It's not a curse or a cosmic joke. It is your relational DNA, a core programming for connection that scientists have been decoding for decades. This isn't pop psychology from a magazine quiz. It's a field of study grounded in rigorous research into human attachment. From the moment we are born, our experiences begin etching a deep, unconscious script, a love cipher, that we carry into every intimate encounter. While this blueprint doesn't seal our fate, understanding your specific profile is the key to unlocking the mysteries of every relationship you've ever had, and every one yet to come. This knowledge is more than just data. It's a tool for liberation. It's the map that reveals not just where you are, but the hidden paths that led you here, and, most crucially, how to chart a course to where you truly want to be. But be warned, once you see your own code, you can never unsee it. The science behind your love cipher. So, where does this deeply ingrained code come from? Its origins are found in the silent language of our earliest bonds. Pioneering psychologists like John Bowlby established attachment theory, which revealed that the emotional and physical connection with our primary caregivers is not just important, it's formative. How they met our needs, with consistent warmth or with unpredictable distance, sculpted the very architecture of our emotional world, shaping our core beliefs about love for the rest of our lives. These first relationships create an unconscious rulebook, the foundational text for your entire love cipher. This inner blueprint silently answers life's most vulnerable questions. Are other people safe? Am I fundamentally worthy of being loved? Is it dangerous to let my guard down? Your childhood becomes a training ground for what to expect from human connection. Children raised in environments of trust and support tend to develop into adults who can build secure, resilient bonds. Conversely, if a caregiver was inconsistent or neglectful, it can carve deep canyons of mistrust that unconsciously sabotage adult relationships. Decades of research have confirmed that these early attachment patterns follow us into adulthood, becoming the invisible force directing our choices. This is the secret engine behind why you might feel an irresistible pull towards partners who are emotionally distant, or why you might experience a crushing, insatiable need for validation. It is often your subconscious mind attempting to resolve an old wound, or simply recreating the emotional weather that feels, on a primal level, like home. This is not a conscious decision, but a powerful, deeply wired pattern. Modern studies expand on this by examining two critical dimensions of our romantic trajectories: our level of involvement and our rate of romantic turnover. Level of involvement describes your relational rhythm. Are you a serial monogamist, perpetually single, or somewhere in between? Romantic turnover measures the lifespan of your relationships, a series of brief, intense flames or a history of long-term commitments. Using these dimensions, researchers can identify distinct romantic profiles that show remarkable stability over time. And these profiles are not accidental. They are intimately linked to our personal history. Experiences like positive parenting and strong friendships in youth are correlated with more stable romantic patterns, while a background of harsh discipline is often associated with a higher number of partners later in life. As we explore these romantic signatures, remember they aren't just labels. They are portraits of deep patterns, rooted in your personal story, your brain's chemistry, and your learned ways of loving. To understand them is to take the first step toward consciously rewriting your own story of love. The 6 core romantic signatures, the color wheel. To make this tangible, we can turn to the work of Canadian psychologist John Allen Lee and his color wheel theory of love. He saw that just as primary colors blend to create every hue imaginable, our experience of love is a mixture of fundamental loving styles. He identified 3 primary and 3 secondary signatures, each with its own unique emotional frequency. Eros. The romantic first is Eros, named for the Greek god of passion. This is the love of myths and movies, a fire ignited by intense chemistry and a powerful physical and emotional pull. Eros lovers often feel an immediate love-at-first-sight connection, driven by an intuitive sense of rightness. They crave a complete fusion with their partner, wanting to know their every thought and dream. Their relationships burn with a sensual, all-consuming energy. Think of the couple who met and, from that day forward, moved as one, their lives seamlessly intertwined in a seemingly permanent honeymoon state. The power of Eros is its breathtaking passion, the danger. That fire can consume itself. When the initial blinding light of in-love fades, an Eros-dominant person may mistake the evolution for an ending. Ludus, the player. Next is ludus, from the Latin word for game. To the ludic lover, romance is a thrilling, skillful challenge. They are not wired for deep emotional entanglement. Instead, they delight in the art of the chase, the witty back and forth, and the victory of winning affection. A ludic lover might engage with multiple partners, not from a place of malice, but from a genuine enjoyment of variety and a resistance to being tied down. This is the charming individual who is exhilarating to be around, but grows elusive at the first mention of, "What are we?" They are masters of the undefined, viewing commitment as a trap that closes off a world of exciting possibilities. The gift of ludus is its effervescent, lighthearted fun, but the clear peril is the potential for collateral damage. A partner seeking a deep, committed bond will inevitably be wounded by the ludic lover's intentional emotional distance. Storge, the companion. The third primary signature is storge, the Greek word for familial love. This is love as a slow burn, a deep and steady friendship that gradually blossoms into romance. For the storge lover, connection is built on a bedrock of shared values, unwavering trust, and mutual respect. Passion isn't the spark, profound commitment is the hearth. People with this signature often can't point to a single moment their friendship turned into love, because the transition was as natural and seamless as breathing. Their partner is, first and foremost, their best friend. This is the classic friends to lovers narrative. The immense strength of storge is its resilience. These relationships are built to last. The potential pitfall? It can sometimes veer into a passionless comfort, where the spark must be consciously and deliberately rekindled. If any of these signatures are creating a shock of recognition, an aha moment about a past or present relationship, you are in exactly the right place. Decoding the deep psychology of our lives is the first step to building better ones. If that mission resonates, take a moment to subscribe and activate notifications. It is a small click that makes a huge difference and ensures you never miss a new exploration. Now, let's delve into the secondary signatures, where the colors of love become even more complex and revealing. The secondary romantic signatures. Just as primary colors combine, John Allen Lee saw that the primary love signatures merge to create 3 secondary styles. Most of us are a blend, and these nuanced combinations often feel intensely personal. Mania, Eros plus ludus, the obsessive. When the fiery intensity of Eros collides with the game-playing of ludus, the result is mania. This romantic signature is a violent storm of euphoric highs and devastating lows, defined by obsession and possession. The manic lover has a desperate, all-consuming need for love, yet lives in a state of perpetual terror of losing it. This fear fuels a toxic cycle of jealousy, controlling behaviors, and an insatiable demand for reassurance. They can feel ecstatic from a single loving word and shattered by a text message that goes unanswered for an hour. This signature isn't born from a desire to control, but from a deep, primal fear of abandonment. The manic lover wants to worship their partner, but that worship is distorted by a profound sense of insecurity. Because some love stories aren't stories at all, they're hostage situations. The tragedy of mania is that the desperate, clinging actions taken to hold on to love are precisely what end up suffocating it. Pragma, ludus plus storge. The pragmatist. When the calculated logic of Ludus blends with the grounded stability of Storge, the result is pragma. This is the most practical and strategic of all the signatures. A pragmatic lover approaches romance like a general planning a campaign. They have a checklist of desired traits, compatible background, shared ambitions, the right qualifications for a successful partnership. Love is not left to fate. It is a sensible, deliberate choice. The pragmatist has their 5-year plan drawn up and is seeking a partner who aligns with it. They assess candidates based on criteria like financial security, social standing, and family ambitions. They don't fall for an idealized fantasy. They make a logical investment in a shared future. The strength of pragma is its incredible realism. The risk is that this approach can feel cold and devoid of magic, like a business merger rather than a romance. Agape, Eros plus Storge, the selfless. Finally, when the passionate devotion of Eros merges with the unwavering companionship of Storge, it gives rise to agape. This signature embodies a selfless, unconditional love. The agapic lover is fundamentally oriented toward giving, not receiving. Their partner's happiness is their primary directive, and they will endure immense hardship for the person they love. It is a love guided by a conscious act of will, not by fleeting emotions. According to Lee, this is often a more mature expression of love, developed by individuals who are deeply secure in themselves. The breathtaking beauty of agape lies in its boundless generosity. The inherent danger, however, is the risk of complete self-erasure. An agapic lover can be tragically exploited by a selfish partner, leading to a dynamic where their own needs are not just ignored, but cease to exist. Beyond signatures, recognizing corrosive patterns. While these signatures help us understand our relational tendencies, we must also learn to identify when those tendencies curdle into something truly corrosive. These aren't styles. They are repeating cycles of dysfunction that inflict deep emotional wounds. One of the most powerful frameworks for this comes from Dr. John Gottman, who could predict divorce with over 90% accuracy by observing a couple's communication. He identified 4 dynamics so destructive he called them the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Criticism. This is not a complaint. It's an assault on your partner's soul. A complaint is specific. I felt scared and alone when you didn't call. A criticism is a global character assassination. You're so selfish. You never think about anyone but yourself. It weaponizes words like always and never to make the other person feel fundamentally flawed. Contempt. This is the deadliest of the 4 and the single greatest predictor of divorce. Contempt is disgust, laced with superiority. It's more than just sarcasm or mockery. It is an expression of utter disrespect that communicates one bone-chilling message: I am better than you. Think of a couple where for years, a husband loaded the dishwasher in a way his wife found inefficient. It started as a minor complaint. Then it became a joke at parties. He's an engineer, but he can't even solve a dishwasher. Then one night, he started loading a few plates and she just watched him, shook her head with a faint dismissive smile and said, "It's amazing, really. You're just helpless." He never touched the dishwasher again. He also stopped reaching for her hand. Contempt had told him the truth. In her eyes, he was no longer a partner. He was a disappointment. It poisons the very lifeblood of a relationship. Defensiveness. Though a common reaction to criticism, defensiveness is simply a sophisticated form of blame shifting. It's the sound of someone refusing to take any responsibility. Well, the reason we're late is because you took an hour to get ready. Instead of hearing their partner's pain, the defensive person deflects and escalates, ensuring the conflict spirals. Stonewalling. This occurs when one partner completely disengages, erecting an invisible wall. They shut down, offer the silent treatment, or physically abandon the conversation. Though it may be an attempt to de-escalate, it registers as a profound act of abandonment to the other person. The one being stonewalled feels invisible and utterly alone. This is not a healthy timeout. It is a refusal to return and face the issue, leaving the conflict to fester in silence. When these 4 horsemen take up residence in a relationship, they create a vortex of negativity that is nearly impossible to escape. They are not just red flags, they are sirens warning that the relationship's core has become toxic. So, what now? How to use this knowledge? You have now seen the romantic signatures and the corrosive patterns. You likely feel the sting of recognition. So the question becomes, what can be done with this insight? First, and most critically, is the practice of awareness. You cannot change a current you cannot feel. Simply recognizing I have a manic tendency, or my ludic avoidance is showing up, grants you the power to witness yourself in real time. When that wave of panic hits because a text goes unanswered, you can say, "This is the manic signature. This is my love cipher at work." Naming the pattern creates a sacred pause between the feeling and your reaction. In that pause lives your freedom. Second, excavate the why behind your signature. Your love cipher is written in the ink of your past. Childhood experiences profoundly impact how we trust and connect. Tools like journaling, deep self-reflection, and therapy are like archaeological brushes, helping you gently uncover the origins of your blueprint. The most heartbreaking discovery isn't that you've been loving wrong. It is that you have been trying to love with a rule book written by someone who couldn't love you right. Healing begins when you acknowledge the old wounds. Third, build new capacities. The Vulnerability Stress Adaptation, VSA model, is a powerful guide here. This model shows that relationship success hinges on three factors: your enduring vulnerabilities, your attachment history, the external stress you face, work, finances, and your adaptive processes, your communication and coping skills. You may not be able to erase your vulnerabilities or eliminate all stress, but you can radically upgrade your adaptive skills. This means learning to replace criticism with gentle "I feel" statements, or learning to self-soothe instead of stonewalling. By fortifying your ability to adapt, you make your relationship resilient. Finally, bring this knowledge into the light through an honest conversation with your partner. Sharing what you've discovered can be a portal to profound intimacy. Instead of an accusation like, "You're being distant again," you could offer a vulnerable truth. "I've learned that my love cipher has an anxious signature, and when I feel distance, it triggers a deep fear of abandonment in me. Can we find a way to connect?" This transforms a battlefield into a bridge. The path of love is perhaps the most sacred journey of self-discovery we can undertake. Now that you have a map of the primary love signatures, which one echoes in your soul? Are you the passionate Eros, the playful Ludus, the constant Storge, the obsessive Mania, the practical Pragma, or the selfless Agape? Share your primary signature in the comments below. Reading through them offers a fascinating glimpse into the heart of our community. In the end, no romantic signature is inherently good or bad. Each is a spectrum of light and shadow. The goal is not to perform a personality transplant, but to become a more conscious, skilled master of your own nature. It is about learning your unique wiring so you can amplify its strengths and manage its vulnerabilities with grace. The latest neuroscience reveals just how deeply love is etched into our very biology. Hormones like oxytocin and dopamine don't just feel good. They forge powerful neural pathways of reward and bonding, which is why love is euphoric and heartbreak is a physical agony. The brain's reward centers light up for all kinds of connection, proving that our need for love is a fundamental biological imperative. By understanding your own psychological source code, you can stop being a passenger in your love life and finally take the helm. You can interrupt the cycles that have caused you pain, learn to speak the language of the heart with greater fluency, and build a relationship that is not a hollow echo of the past, but a conscious and beautiful creation. You are not destined to simply find love. You are designed to build it, actively and intentionally, every single day.